Christine Lafuente, and welcome to my show, Subtones in Springtime at the Grossman Cleef Gallery in Philadelphia.
And you're all the way from?
Brooklyn, New York.
Whoa!
A graduate of Bryn Mawr College and the Pennsylvania Academy of the Fine Arts, Christine is exhibiting painterly still lifes and landscapes informed by her love of music.
Christine, beautiful show. Please windbag about it a little bit.
Well, it's great to see you in that red plaid shirt that I admire so much.
I have to interrupt briefly on 2 points. 1. The verb windbag might sound derogatory coming from me, but when I prompted Christine to talk about her show, she immediately asked if I wanted her to windbag. I said yes, but as you'll soon hear, her remarks are far from windbaggery. 2. Regarding my favorite art opening shirt, her memory is astonishing. I last saw Christine 5 years ago when she was being honored by the Philadelphia Sketch Club. It was very noisy, so I looked for a place to record her.
So it's not every day that I get invited to go into a bathroom with a handsome man in a flannel red and gray.
Sorry for the interruption. Now, Christine, what's the name of your show again?
It's called Subtones in Springtime. So I'm playing with musical themes. I always think about musical metaphors when I teach. Things like notes that make a chord and how we have to mix colors and tones that make a harmony in our painting. And so I thought I would play with putting together landscapes and still life that have resonances of each other.
My pandemic hobby was creating ersatz music, and I learned a little music theory, and I'm doing stuff with GarageBand, but I find the whole subject utterly fascinating. So do you play an instrument? What's your musical background?
And well, I did theater in high school, and I trained my voice and learned how to read some music. And I have good friends that play instruments. My good friend Lou plays the saxophone. He turned me on to a subtone, which is a deep tonal resonance you can get playing a tenor saxophone. But you have to really hear it in your ear before you can play it, because you have to hear it to find it. Painting is like that too. You have to first see it in your mind's eye and imagine painting it, seeing through the medium of paint, looking as if I'm putting down a flat piece of sticky oil with a hairy stick, and then try to find that harmony.
Leaving subtones and other things that are above my musical knowledge behind, how do you actually express color harmonies in your paintings?
Okay, well, one example might be when I'm painting landscape, I'll identify the temperature of the light, right? And then I look for how there's a shift in temperature as I go away from the light. And I find that as I go away from the light and I'm looking for deeper saturation, there are opportunities to put colors together that are the same value, but have very different chroma. It's something Matisse did. A way to play with saturation in the darker shadow masses.
Your still lifes are very vibrant and your landscapes seem to be more subdued. First of all, where are the landscapes and why the more tonal quality for them as opposed to the still lifes?
Well, believe it or not, I do try to paint what I see. So when I'm painting up at Acadia National Park, I find that I really have to look for, as I say, tinted tertiary tones, colors that are made with all three primaries together, bending in different directions. But when I go back to the studio and I put them on the wall and I want to scale up a large canvas and go back to the sketches, then I get to really play. So it's an opportunity to improvise. And the still life, if I'm doing them in my studio, it's fun to improvise and push things around.
Getting back to music for a second, would you characterize them as pop music, classical, or jazz? What's your biggest influence in terms of painting?
Well, the answer that I'd like to say is jazz, but really the truth is my guilty pleasure is love songs. Love songs and ballads. That's my guilty pleasure.
Love songs and ballads are often so beautiful because they are sad.
There was a guy who came in who was looking very carefully at your work, and I overheard him talking to you. He was a friend of yours who passed on, another painter.
Well, this is relevant to subtones in springtime, and it's about how other seasons come with us into new beginnings. And Frances Galante was a dear friend and a tremendous painter and a wonderful teacher, and I feel that she's with me. Patrick Connors, who we lost last winter, I feel that he's with me. And my teachers too, Seymour Reminick and Leonard Anderson. They're all with me while I paint, and it's a nicely populated set of voices in my head.
Would you be highly insulted if I used my own music in this movie?
I would be honored, just like I'm honored to see that red plaid shirt again.
You're the best.